Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video, and last time out we built this entire railway that you can see coming in from the top, or sort of, the top left of your screen, coming all the way down this hill into Maryport. This is in a valley, so we had to build a railway that came down into the valley. There is a little bit of a tunnel further up, sort of out of shot, and then this railway goes all the way to Ollerton and then joins up to the other main line, which goes all the way to the top left hand corner of the map, so the northwest corner of the map, which is over in Bracknell. Now in this video we are going to be at, well, as you can probably see if I just move this camera looking cursor around, you can just see that there is a lot of detailing missing. In fact, a lot of these fields are just broken. So in this video we are going to be fixing that, and on top of that I might go ahead and add some of the fields, the colours to the fields in lavender, wheat, whatever it is, some trees, all of that kind of stuff, all the things that you would expect to have on a railway before it starts operation. So if you want to see all of that, make sure you stay tuned, and also do let me know. I have made some adjustments to my microphone, so please do let me know if this is any better or if it is worse. Also, before we begin, if you do enjoy these videos, please do click on the like button and subscribe to the channel, and please, if you do have a couple of moments, do leave a comment letting me know what you like and what you would like to see next. I do read them all. I may not be able to do everything, I may not respond to all of them, but I do certainly read them all. Right, with all that being said and done, and without any further ado, let's get started. It really is a strange word, isn't it? Ado. Right, let me go ahead and begin by knocking a little bit of this out, just so we have some space to work with here. That bit looks okay. All of this looks alright. This is going to be interesting. This little bit here, I'm unsure as to whether I should fill this up or not, so that will be an interesting bit to look at. Okay, that looks good to go for now. Now, to begin with, I'm going to be using the markers and the parallel tool. The developer of said parallel tool has been working very hard. In fact, I just realised before I do that, that was probably the wrong one to do it from anyway. Let me begin here. Swap it around backwards. Yes, the developer of the tool has been working pretty hard, ensuring that the tool is working in a much better fashion. What is going on here? I want that backwards. Wrong line. There we go. So we've got a marker starts there, backwards. Why am I messing this up over and over? And a marker end here. There we go. That is better. Right. So this is going to be a little bit interesting because the track does a few weird things. So we're going to have to maybe make a few adjustments. But as I said, the developer of this tool that I'm using right now has been working very hard in trying to figure out what does and does not work with the crashing, and we think we may have got it. I did some testing, figured something out, sent it over, and it's maybe fixed now. Right, let me attempt this. How far away do we want this? 13 meters? Now, if I'm using that from the edge, that may be a little bit too far. Should we try 8? Collision. Okay, well, we'll switch collision off. Now unfortunately that looks like it's maybe just a little bit too close for my liking. Just a little. Okay, I should have probably done the 13 meters that I was initially thinking, but I think 13 may be a little bit too far. So if that is 8, actually if that is 8, then I need to, perhaps 13 is going to be what is needed. Go ahead and start the marker up again and bring it back to the end right here, back to this, bring that to, let's go 11 meters. That will do. That will do very nicely. Okay, and then I need to do the exact same thing over here once again, but on this side of the track. Up to here. Click that. Opposite side, 11 meters. Panic. Did I just do that way too fast? No, it's done. I think I may have done that just a little too fast. And there we go. That is that section done. And you know what's maybe a good idea? Might be a good idea to get all of this done now. Yes, I think I should do that. Let's get all of this done now. So that we are... this section at least is done. And then we'll work on the other side of the tunnel. So first we start on this side of the tunnel, then we shall move over. Okay, good. Now, I'm going to have to make some adjustments with a few of these. So I will begin by doing this and breaking this bit in the middle. That is quite important. 1 and 2. There we go. So that gives me a pretty realistic setup here. This is actually quite nice with the lake down there. It is very, very nice. Okay, stop getting distracted. Next up, we need to check all of these to make sure that they are not digging into the ground too much. So this section here all looks reasonably okay, apart from here. You can see here it digs in a little. So how am I going to do this? The way I shall have to have a look at this is I will have to select one of them, probably switch all of that off. In fact, leave the auto delete on, and let me lift it by 50 centimeters to start with. Probably should not have this in play mode either. That is better. So perhaps I should do the same all the way along. Lift that up. Lift that up. There's another one in here, right? Was that the one I already did? Nope, I did not do that one. Lift that up. How much more do I need to do? This one here. There we go, and I think that is okay. That all looks fine to me. So now I go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side. Did that actually lift it? I guess so. Barely noticed the move. It is so good when these mods work exactly as you want them to, though. Okay, and then here, do I want to lift that 50 or less? Now I think here what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this 25. Maybe that was okay. There we go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do everything absolutely perfectly, and that may cause some problems going forward. But for now, I shall try to do the best job that I can. Do that, and then over here, this one is going to do... Actually, if I do that and then bring that down there, would you look at that? That actually looks quite reasonable, all things considered. That is quite reasonable. Okay, so that is that section essentially completed. All we now need to do is start working on this section. Now, this section could be harder. So, let's have a good look. Yep, as you can see, here we've got... This bit's dug in, but this bit is not. And the only way I'm going to be able to really see this working as I want it to. So we need to line it up with these. Right. Let's just begin. It's going to go down, and I think we should probably start with 2 meters. That was about right. Okay, do the same on this side. There we go. Now what I could do, this may or may not work. These ones need to be a little bit higher up. I'm going to lift this by 50 centimeters, that is, and do the same on this side, and then I'm going to attempt something. This is different. I'll attempt the same thing anyway. Okay, then what I need to do is we've got this low point. Is that low point correct, though? I feel like it could be a little bit lower. Oh no, this was the low point. Could still be just a little lower. For example, 50 centimeters. And on this side, yeah, sure, the same thing. Same thing on this side. Right, now we grab this section here. And where did we go up to? I think we went up to just here, wasn't it? We used the ramp equalizer. We pause this for this one. And we hope this works. Now the ramp equalizer seems to be a little bit unoptimized, but do you know what? That does sort of work. So I will try to do the exact same thing again. Pick those two, ramp equalizer, off you go. That did what I wanted it to do. Good. Thank you, ramp equalizer. And I think I could probably do the same thing here. What I need to do is I need to find a point. So for example, there. This bit needs to be lifted. That is perfect. And that is perfect. Now, again, the exact same thing, except we now do it from there to there and attempt this. It isn't exactly what I wanted, but it is remarkably close. That is remarkably close. It doesn't exactly... oh, it does dig in a bit there, doesn't it? Okay, I will have to manually fix these bits. I suppose because each bit isn't exactly what I would want. That is better. This bit is all okay. This bit is all okay. This is all down too low. Probably should be lifting these up more than I am. But it is a little bit easier to do it this way. It just gives me a little bit more control in a sense. Because I'm doing it in smaller steps, I get to see exactly what the impact of each one is. Bit more on this? I think so. I wonder why this one is out in such a fashion. Still more. There we go. Perhaps all of these need to be lifted just that little bit extra. That works. This bit is okay. This bit is now okay too. Okay, now this bit is very low, so I'm going to have to make some drastic changes there. Very, very drastic. But that has fixed pretty much everything. And then this bit needs to go down a little. That works. This bit's here. Probably up a little. That works. Is there a little bit in the middle here? No. Just there and there. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. This bit is going to be that much. Now I know what I was doing on that side. I'm just trying to emulate it on this side. And now, if I go ahead and... this bit's dug in. Up we go. That is looking okay-ish. This bit is alright. This bit still needs to be lifted a bit. There we go. This bit here definitely needs lifting. In fact, I could probably lift that up again. Yes. This bit's here. Sure, lift that up. Connect that up again and do it again. Again, that is getting there. This bit is all okay. And there we go. I think for the most part, that should be reasonable. Now, what I could do is I could smooth this entire section to be flatter on this side so that this farmland looks like it is, well, protecting the railway and the farms. Maybe. I might do that. Let me first sort this bit out. Connect all of these little bits up. There we go. That goes there. This goes... Oops. No, I had it right the first time. There we go. There, and then delete this bit here. Bring that along. And I'm not sure what to do with this tiny section. Oh, actually, I do know what to do with this. If I were to do that, I'm hoping the farm level is okay. It is. And then I were to going to do something a little bit silly, which is going to render part of what I did redundant, which is really annoying. That's a railway. But I'm going to do this. This section is going to become trees. There we go. Just going to have a bunch of trees in this area. And then you just connect like that. This bit's here, sure, small farm. Somebody did leave a comment. Oh, I haven't done... Have I? No, I haven't. These bits are not done. Let me fix these. So we need to drop these. That's going to be a 1 meter drop, isn't it? More than a meter, but it is fine. I will deal with it. Let's go 1.5 meters down. It is 1.5 meters roughly. This one is probably just 1 meter down. There we go. Is there another little one? There's one here. Oh, autosave. This is a bad time, please. This is a really bad time. Well, I say it's a bad time. This could crash at any point, so maybe it isn't such a bad time to do this. But it is when I'm in the middle of fixing things. You have no idea what the autosave will do with these sorts of tools. If I'm laying a railway, it's okay. I seem to be okay with that. If I'm laying a railway, not a problem, but I do have some concern when it is these sorts of things. There we go. That is that bit done. I'm now going to do the same on this side, but this side looks different. This side definitely looks different. I suppose because this part of it is, well, the hill is sloping away. So you've got to work with the contours you have. Not that. Which sounds like a slogan you should use on some sort of makeup adverts thing. I'm not sure if it would actually work. Oh, this bit is a little low. Why is all of this low? Come on, up you come. And you. There we go. That is better. Okay. There we go. It can now... Yep, we should now be able to deal with whatever we've got. Hold on, there's something else here. This tiny bit there. Please move up a little. That will do. That will most certainly do. Right, connect you up there. Sure. Many noises, none that make any sense. And connect you there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What has happened here? Can I fix this? Can I fix this? Give me a section. There we go. Oh, right. Whoops. Marker start. Marker end. Ramp equalize, please. Ah. No. That was bad. That was a big mistake. A very, very big mistake there. Whoops. Try that again. It's just this bit here has gone really wonky. Okay, well, if it wants to do that, I will have to just connect it in that manner, that sort of fashion. What is going on here? This tiny section has completely messed up all of my designs. Look at it. This isn't how it should be. Not in the slightest. Why are you doing that? There we go. No, still the same issue. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that. and we shall move on to this side. Now on this side, this is again going to be a little bit interesting. So I'm thinking we begin with the markers over here. Yes. No. We'll begin with the markers. Actually, no, that will work. We shall begin with the markers over here and end with the marker over here. Go ahead and do what needs to be done. It's so nice when these just work. There we go. And then the other side is going to be a little bit more interesting. The reason being is that we have all of this. So I think what I want to do is just that. That is it. And I'm going to leave the other bits as they were. Okay. Let's go ahead and ensure that this is all okay. It seems okay all the way along. Doesn't seem to have any real problems. This area was fairly flat anyway, or fairly smooth. It wasn't necessarily flat, but it was fairly smooth. So realistically, as you can see, no real problems in this section. Let's go ahead, and that is not a... Why do you do this? There we go. That is what I wanted. And I suppose... Well, that isn't going to work. Maybe if I do this and get rid of that bit, connect this up down there, connect this up down there, break that. Sure, it's a little bit of a wider opening, but it's okay. This bit can be connected fairly easily. This bit can be connected fairly easily, as can this. And this. And, well, I suppose this goes without saying. That bit is done. Okay. So that was fairly easy. Now we've just got to worry about this little bit, this section here. And I think this could be very easily done, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this right the way up and then turn it in. Oops. Like that. There we go. And just connect this up as a sharp corner, because we can have sharp corners and it doesn't really matter. Not all the time anyway. And for this one, I suppose we just go straight up. No, that needs to have a sharper corner. Come on. Oh, I could have just used a straight, never mind. Well done, brain. I can do that, and over here I can do that. And should we leave this shape, or should I do this? Which one looks better? That probably looks a little better. And then up here I could fill this whole area up with trees. Probably need to put some sort of fencing around here at some point, but there we go. That leaves this section over here to do. So let's go ahead and do this section. As you can see, I am doing this fairly quickly, but because of the tools that we have available, I'm only going to do it up to here, because I haven't yet decided about this whole straight section. I'm going to need this curve for when I do decide. What was I saying? Yes. With these tools, it is just so easy, so quick to do all of these things, and that bit is completely okay. So I shall go ahead and do this. Oh, that was a little posh, wasn't it? I shall go ahead and do this. I do beg your pardon. That's a bit wobbly. Do you know what? Farms have wobbly corners. It is perfectly alright. Now, I haven't been measuring exactly what the size of these farms are in terms of in terms of how many acres these farms are. And certainly, I'm not sure if these are actually... yeah, this is definitely more than a furlong in length, for example. In fact, a number of these are more than a furlong in length, but of course then you look at it on this side and say, well, this side is not even a furlong. So a furlong is 220 yards, which I believe is approximately 200 metres. There we go. That all looks okay. Cool. So that is at least this bit ready to go. Now, I'm not happy about this climb. I'm not happy about this climb here, so I'm going to deal with that right now. We're going to grab this node. Okay, we'll grab both nodes, and we're going to drop it by 1.5 meters. Too much slope. Flatten. Too much slope. Oh, this is going to be a problem. No, it isn't, because I can always redo this section, because that is how you do things. Right. What speed was it? 50? 60? 50? I have no idea. 60. This is now up to 60. We are doing 60 miles per hour through these things. Right, that bump is annoying. So, the only way for me to get around that is to... create a block section. I hope that was big enough for the railway to go through. And then connect that up smoothly, like so. Okay, we need to adjust said block section. There we go, like so. Bring that across there. This bit probably needs a slight adjustment too. There we go, that will do. And then we just need to figure out which one it was again. Which one were you? There we go. That's the one. And why? Why have you done this? This was a perfectly... This was a perfectly smooth bit of track here. And you have completely and utterly messed it up. And now we have an extra bump right here. Now wait, I can fix this bump, right? I'm sure I can fix this bump. Marker start. Marker end. Okay, what have I done? Marker start. Forwards? Why is that suddenly forwards? I have no idea. Marker end. There. Ramp equalizer. There we go. That has smoothed that bit out. I'll do the exact same here. Marker start. Where did I do it until? Uh-oh. I think it was it here? I cannot see the difference. Was it just here? I think it was just here. There we go. Ramp equalizer. Job done. That has smoothed that section out, and now I've got to deal with this bit. Right. Same sort of concept. Start. What? Please. There we go. Start end. Equalize. Equalize. That is not very good. Compared to the other one, this one is not ideal. Generates a constant descent. Oh, that is how you use that. Never mind, I didn't know how to use that. I'm going to rebuild that. I just realised how that works. Work very well. I guess I'm going to have to live with that, which I'm not particularly happy about, but it is what it is. Okay, with all of that done, let us start adding some trees, I guess. You can never go wrong with some oak trees. I shall do this, skip collisions, and just going to add in a whole bunch of trees, and then I'm going to delete said trees in a bit. And that was perhaps a bit too many trees, but I will delete said trees in a short period of time. In fact, that is probably just about as much as I want. Oops. Go out of this, go to the eraser, and start deleting said trees. Because they were a little bit too close to the track. There. Not too bad. And in fact, this actually is a much more realistic sort of way in which the farm would probably end up being. But I am nevertheless going to try to push this back a little, just in the interest of maintainability. Although this bit is quite tempting to leave as it is. Very tempting. But again, in the interests of maintainability, I'm going to have to do that. There we go. We now have a massive clump of trees. Perfect. That tree should not be there. Nor should that one. Nor that one. Okay. First bit done. These actually look really cool, these little just patches. It is quite a realistic thing to have, and I think I need to start adding a lot more of them along the way. Right, back to oaks, oak trees, and I suppose I need to think about adding a few other kinds of trees along the way too. This is much faster than individually placing them, though not as accurate. Although in this case, I could just build a whole heap of trees in this area. In fact, I am going to do that. Goodbye this section. There we go. Just marking out the territory a little. Yes, this is nowhere near as accurate as hand placing them. Although I wonder if I could make it as accurate. I doubt it, but no. There is just no way. I can try. I can really try. And then just push certain bits back. Maybe. No, it isn't going to work. There's just no way for me to get that accuracy in here. However, just by doing this, it does give, I suppose maybe this would be a little bit more natural, although these would not be naturally occurring trees. Of course they're naturally occurring trees. They're not exactly those plastic Christmas trees that you get, are they? This would not be a naturally occurring design. Yes, that could work. So, i.e. it is not being planted, it's not just being sown naturally as nature plants whatever. This is actually being properly planted by railway engineers who want to use some sound deadening or some protection for the railways or anything like that. So perhaps not such a clever idea here. Perhaps. Let's fill this bit up. And obviously I need to add some of those Scott pines in there as well. Actually, this bit looks okay. This section like this does look quite good. Doesn't have to all be filled up. You have little gaps. Should I take it all the way down here? Is the question. Yes. Yes, I shall. It just works. There. Along that, all the way along here. That will do. This side, no. I'm just going to do it on this side. And then, I suppose if I were to do this, I could give it a bit more of a, try to make it look a little bit better. And of course the other thing I want to do, the other thing I need to do is get bushes going in here, which I think would work very, very well. Now, you know what, that is surprisingly, I suppose I've got to make a decision here between whether or not I'm going to be able to place every single one by hand or go ahead and do that where it is much, much quicker and sort of forsake some of the neatness. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments box, what do you think? So I could do this. Just little clumps. Very, very close to the railway there, though. That is very close to the railway. Which is something I was slightly concerned about, just slightly when I was building this. But you know what? It doesn't look all too horrible, really. Little close, yes, but nothing too severe. It does, I guess, work, maybe. Again, comments, please. They will come in very handy for me knowing how I should manage this. These bits look okay. I'll do a little bit. Oh, up here I could do all trees if I wanted to. I could do a whole heap of trees here. In fact, I think I will do at least this bit. Doesn't have to be a huge number. Just this section here can be some trees. Maybe I'll have it taper off into a farm or something if I can. There we go. That is not too bad. And then I could very much have a slip road up here going up to this bit, because realistically you would need a way to come down onto the railway tracks should it be required. Yes, this is all starting to look okay-ish. Probably do the exact same here. Hello, trees. Oak. Maybe make that a little bigger. There we go. And of course, I still need to put the other ones in, as I said, the Scots pines, which we do have in, those people who may be wondering, we do have them in other places in the UK. It isn't just in Scotland that you would find such trees. I suppose they are native to Scotland, but we do have them in other places. That sort of works. It isn't the best, but it does sort of work. I am now thinking that this is a little bit, just a little bit too much. So I'm going to do some erasing. Just randomly. There. That is better. Much better. Now, that only has trees on one side, which is, again, not quite what you would expect. Also, we need to look for, I'm looking for some darker grass. Is it this one? Or is it this one? Right, both of them are the same. What do they look like? That isn't the one I'm after. So, let's see. Which one could it be? Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Not that? Maybe that? No, not that. I'm sure it's one of Ingo's. Is it this one? This one. Maybe. Yes. That's... No, not that. Wait, I've got it somewhere. Here. Oh, it is that. Oops. So it's the... What's that? Grünweiß. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I do apologise. But let's go ahead and do that. So, grün... Oh, it just means green, doesn't it? Green something. I'm just going to go Ingo. Ingo. Aloe vera. Do we want aloe vera here? No. There it is. Okay, how is this going to pan out? So, I want this to essentially be... I'll start by just filling all of this section up. And then work from there. See, again, the big issue I have is these textures that these trees come with. They are very, very annoying. Like, extremely annoying. Without them, things would be a lot nicer. But I suppose you have to deal with what you've got. And this is what I've been dealt with, so I shall have to make the most of it. If it wasn't for that, I think there would be a lot more in the way of detailing taking place, but there is a potential way around it, and I am going to attempt it after I've done some of the rest of the paint work. So I'm thinking all of the railways I should have this type of grass placed on them, just because I think from higher up it does give it a bit of a better look. That being said, one of the other things I could do, I've got to be very careful here, one of the other things I could do is put mud down, because side of a railway you may have mud, especially if it is more recent. So there is that as an option too. Do this all the way. Speaking of mud, I think I think I know what I'm going to turn that into. That doesn't look too bad overall. I think it's raining really heavily outside. I can just about hear something. I'll have to figure out this bit. Weather has been quite interesting today. We've had heavy rain followed by bright sunshine in which everything's just gone ahead and dried up, evaporated, and then back to heavy rain, and then bright sunshine again, and then heavy rain, and then bright sunshine again. It's exactly how it goes though in the UK. We are in April showers and all of that kind of stuff. This is April showers, yes, it is April showers. So, living up to its name. Certainly living up to its name. Right. All of this will go all the way along here. It doesn't matter if it isn't perfect here. The reason being is that with nature you would get a bit of a cross. So as long as it isn't something like a field of wheat, the crossing isn't too much of an issue. See, and then here I can just ease it through. There we go. And that does not look too bad, apart from this bit. Oh, that's a problem. Yes, it is definitely raining outside. That does not look too bad overall at all. I need to do something here. I could just paint that all one colour. I'm not sure. Oh, this material's nice too. Texture. Right, let me finish this video off by adding... I think we should add a couple of... In fact, this would be quite interesting if all of this was just wheat. So I am going to do that. It's going to be a massive, massive wheat farm. Excuse me. There we go. And I have looked on wheat farms. You do end up with trees and things, so that is not out of as character for the farm. Why do I keep doing that? Make that smaller, and I need a much sharper edge. Do that. Bring that all the way along, right along the edge of this. Again, some of this will have to be cleaned up. It should not be too difficult to clean, I wouldn't think. Sometimes it can be, when it gets right to the edge and you've got a mixture of two textures that are just clashing just that little bit, and sometimes that does cause problems with trying to neaten things up, but most of the time it is pretty much alright. So that is that bit done. It's one. And as I said, I'll go around doing the cleaning in a moment. Just want to finish this bit off. There we go. You've got to be very careful in the corners. Right up along this way. Sound like something like a butler. Right this way, sir. Pay no mind to anything around you. Actually, I suppose with a butler they'd have the harder eye, the eye that I use more often. Right this way, sir. No, that's more like maybe Alfred from Batman. Right this way, sir. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. Fill this all up without making a hash of it. And I think this video is... I have managed to get a lot done in this video. I've managed to get a heck of a lot done in this video. Ooh, almost went outside the lines there. Ooh, got an alarm going off or something. Right, now that that alarm has been sorted, back to the work. What was I doing? I was finishing off this bit, but we had a slight issue just over here, so I need to just fix this. Oops, make that smaller, make that smaller. There we go, just fixing this little bit up along here, all the way around and along this side. Oh, I coloured outside of the lines there. That is what I was saying about colouring inside and outside the lines. There we go, that is done. Cool. That is that bit, and I think at that point it is probably a good time to end this video, just simply because I think, oh no, that is the wrong lavender. That lavender is not very good. I think I could spend another half an hour, 45 minutes just fixing all these little bits, making everything really, really neat, but we need to call it a day at some point. I'm sure I can do some of this off camera if need be. And this video has been going on for nearly an hour, so I think it is a good time, now is a good time as any, to go ahead and end the video. He says, as he's continuing to plant more flowers. There we go. Lavender is great. I've mentioned it before, but lavender is absolutely great. Have some in the garden, and it's very, very nice. Does attract a lot of bees though, a heck of a lot of bees. There we go. That is that bit done. Now you may be wondering, why am I not doing things in the distance? Eventually, I will get around to them, but I think the things closer to the railway is a little better first. I do want to perhaps add some bushes though. Hazel, common hazel. Yes, there are a few things that I would like to do here. This is something that I was mentioning to help mask some of the issues. There we go. So you've got these smaller bushes that will help to just complete this in a sense. And that is something we do need to do. I think these hazel bushes really work nicely on these. Definitely work nicely on these. But I shall have a look and see what else we can do going forward. At that point, I need to perhaps find a good spot to... I need to find a good spot for a picture, that's for sure. That isn't it. That isn't it. This could be it. This could very well be it if I add a little bit more detail. Or I could do this. If I were to do this, let's get this playing, get some noise out of this again. Aha! That can start to look a little bit interesting. Not quite where I want it to be, and I have noticed that I've made the mess up that I was talking about not making. Now I've got to fix that. Ingo, please. Where's your green stuff? Green. I'm not sure that is actually green, by the way. It might be, but I'm not sure. No, I do not know any German currently. I say currently because I shall eventually get around to learning it. Okay, you know what? Before we end, I've got to do this. What's this? What is that, and how will it look from a distance? That's great. That's like a potato. Oh, that's excellent. Because occasionally we want this, and from a distance it still looks good. Okay, suddenly I've got a whole new set of things that I can work with. A whole new set of possibilities. I was going to say a whole new world, but then, you know, Aladdin comes into it and everything. And it's wet. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. What is this one then? Is this just wet mud? It is as well. That's really cool. That is really, really cool. I'm going to get rid of this one for now, because again I'm going to get distracted with all of Ingo's stuff. In fact, I already am distracted with all of Ingo's stuff. Oh, what do we have? Rocks. More rocks. More rocks. More rocks. This is going to change everything. This is really going to change absolutely everything. Could I put that rock along here? Do you think it would look right? I do not think so. Stop being distracted. Still distracted. The problem is, from a distance, some of these look a little bit strange. Anyway, get rid of that. And I think we are good to go. So, we have some trees, we have that. In fact, this could work really well if I take a picture here, but something else needs to be in the picture. Hold on. How would it look? Actually, that does not look terrible. So I can perhaps do something along these lines. That looks pretty good. I shall use that as the thumbnail. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really, really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me. And I shall see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series where, well, we now need to get trains running on this, and then I'm going to run you through the final bits of lines that I want to make in the Victorian era before we move past the 1900s. Or past the 1900s? Correction. Into the 1900s. I couldn't end the video with that mistake. I'll see you next time.